next time I'm gonna be doing the engine, the exhaust, all that stuff. Hopefully get it running, hopefully get it ripping, but that's for next time. Alright, so not much has changed on this bike necessarily since the last time you saw it. Actually, nothing has changed at all, but today my goal is to create a full wiring harness for this since I have some parts coming in. Before I can get started on making anything permanent, what I'm doing first is I'm analyzing this really rudimentary harness that we created to get this motor running the first time. It's basically just a kill switch right there, coil, CDI, that's kind of it. But basically, we're doing a pit bike swap on this bike. The original Honda 90cc is right there, but we just decided that it wasn't worth it. Also, all the original wiring was chewed up, gone, bad condition, you know, anything that comes with 60 years of sketchy treatment. But either way, so we gotta run whole new wiring because the original engine ran on 6-volt electrics. This runs on modern 12-volt CDI electrics. Circuit shouldn't be too complicated, but you know, kind of looks like it when you first view that. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the send that will go to the headlights. I believe this core harness right here is actually ready to go in the bike, so I might test that now. Wow, I've already lost the key. That is our key switch, and now all of its associated wires just get stuffed up in here. And then what's left is our CDI, which actually does reside in here. And then these are for our coil. So I'm gonna go grab the coil, but first, stick the CDI in there. That's pretty nice. All right, I got the harness, the first part of the harness in. Under here, you can see that I drilled 2 holes to route a zip tie for the coil. We have the wires for the engine right here. We have the coil spark plug wire itself, and I have the switch run on that side, and then this is the headlight send. So I believe this harness is all ready for the engine to get installed into this area. Alright, I went to the store, Home Depot, and I grabbed some specialty hardware. Day 2 of phase 2 of working on this bike. I think we're just gonna try to get it running tonight after Owen and Callum are done with work. So I'm very, very excited. A lot to do, so let's get started. All right, I've been totally dreading this since putting this back together last week. Time to put the new shock fork boots on here. So I'm going to completely disassemble this entire assembly and then cry about it because it's going to be very hard. So let's start that process. Alright, as you can see, I got the new fork boots on. They're looking great. I decided not to change the seals because I just wasn't having any issues. It seemed like a really big hassle. So the conversion rate between cc's and milliliters is actually 1:1. So 140 is about right there. Milliliters of beautiful, golden, fresh 10W30. Okay, so it's dripping from somewhere. It just fills immediately, an air bubble forms, and then it pops, but it sends oil. There's oil inside of this thing now. I'm gonna have to take this all apart. All of it. This is a mess. This is horrible. I'm gonna cut the cameras. Okay, so what we've done is we have swapped the CDI. We have disintegrated
like this, but this is how you would do
the entire harness that I made before.
Oh, that's it.
Something's happening. Okay. And she did.
Maybe this is idle.
It did that last time.
After 8 hours of electrical diagnosing, taking it apart, putting it back together again, it's ready for its maiden voyage. Nope, and he's stuck.
I just revved the piss out of it.
This is like the Arctic tundra. I'm not usually a complainer about the cold. This is f***ed up.
It still doesn't sound like it's trying to idle very high.
There he goes, off into the darkness. I love that little bike. God, I wish it was July. Why do we choose to do this to ourselves? We don't know where the timing is. Valves could be slapping the piston. Anything could be happening right now. But he's repping it. Damn, it looks good. It looks good. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, I drove it. It's not running right at all.
No.
You might need a new CDI box.
Look, I'm shaking. I can't hold the camera steady.
I got my own exhaust. Bye, guys. Hello, it is Friday, March 15th. It's been a while since I really filmed anything for this project, but today we have a big milestone. I'm going to actually be selling this motor off the bike. And you may ask me, why are you selling the motor off the bike? The project's not even done. It's only run a couple times. It's still a very fresh motor. And I have an answer for you. This motor was actually the first thing that I bought for this bike 5-6 months ago, and so I really cheaped out on it against Owen's wishes. He really urged me to put in the money, get the real motor, but I said no, and I bought this janky off-brand pit bike motor. It's proved to be a problematic motor, and it doesn't really feel that good. The transmission is really slushy, really sloppy. It's 1 down, 3 up, which means in second gear with this sloppy transmission, sometimes it literally just slips out of gear into neutral, which doesn't feel very good. It's not very confidence inspiring. And so today what I am doing is I am going to take off everything. I'm going to take this motor off of the bike and I'm going to sell it, meaning that this beautiful bike will not have a motor for a little bit. But since this bike will not have a motor for a while, I think I'm going to give it one final rip with the old motor to both drain the fuel out of the lines and make myself feel better and just remember how this motor feels forever. So let's go. Let's do that. Alright, this may be the last time that this bike runs with this engine. So we're gonna give it a rip to clear out the fuel lines going to the car, you know? So let's get it up. Switch on, choke up, see if we can get it to go. There it goes. All right, let's go. Alright, I got it to run out of gas. Let's go take it apart. Let's go. that's how you remove an engine from my S90 project to be sold on Facebook Marketplace. Special delivery. Our engine has arrived. Let's take a look. Here we go. Our technical instructions for Lifan gasoline engine. Oh, it might be heavier than the other one. Let's get it on the bike. Let's give it a shot. Fresh oil. It's a little cold. Let's see if we can make it move. Let's see if we can get this to start. It's pretty cold out here. This is a fresh motor. We got key on. Okay, all the way down because that's what neutral is on this bike. Fuel on. Choke on. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a couple. Let's pull some fuel through it first. Okay, let's give it a start. There it is, warming up. I'm gonna move the tripod here so that we can get a test run. The thing I'm nervous about is the fact that the clutch cable is too short. If I shift it into gear, it might just take off. Let's see. Let's see what we can do is basically all I can say. Alright, summary of what just happened. New engine's on, electrical works. The clutch cable actually worked out alright. As you can see, it started snowing, flurrying here. So I think this is going to end it, and I think this is actually going to bring us to the end of part 2. We got most of the electrical working. We got not one, but 2 motors working. And the bike project is almost done. It's almost done. We're right there. The S90 is gone.